And I look like I'm sick, dude. What's going on there? It's cold. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we are in the shop again. We are working on the 1986 Nissan 300zx project. As you can see, I put a new windshield in it, and that means I drove it without you, and I did, and it drives bad. It's got a pretty bad misfire. I think it's fuel related. I'm not sure if all the injectors are getting the proper signal or if there's power to each injector. I didn't test that. I guess in hindsight I should have, but thought it would just work. So today we are installing a new AFR gauge, and we are going to check the injectors and do a little bit of modification to the dash so I can put the new AFR gauge where the voltmeter is. So I'm not too concerned about knowing the voltage. If it dies, you know it's not charging, right? I'm gonna get the old O2 sensor. I just threaded into the bung out, put the new sensor in, start wiring in the gauge, and then we're gonna move on to the injectors, and then we're gonna drive it. Hopefully diagnose what's going on. Let's jump into this thing and hopefully get it on the road reliably. But got ourselves a used AFR gauge with a new sensor. Picked this up from Eric at SQC. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you looking out. We're gonna get the dummy plug out and get this thing installed, and we're gonna start running the wires under the dash and see how bad it's running. Oh yeah, nice and hot. There is the old O2 sensor that I just plugged the hole with. Gonna get that removed. Alright, so here are our gauges. I'm actually just going to utilize this case. So someone out there is going to be really pissed off that I'm doing this, but I'm going to basically cut out this gauge, utilize the existing wiring harness to power the new gauge, and then run the new harness to the sensor. Alright, so here it is. Still need to wire it up. I'm gonna have to rewire the oil pressure gauge because I had to cut the connector out, but the gauge is in, solid. I like it because it's gonna mount right back into the factory location. But we're gonna get this thing installed and start wiring it up and doing some diagnostics, hopefully fixing some injectors. Got a little extra help in the shop today. You wanna do some wiring, bud? Get some O2 sensor going? Yeah? Okay. We got everything wired in. Leo helped a lot. Just keeping the car warm. It's missing like probably 2 or 3 cylinders, so we're gonna check it out, see what's going on. We're gonna fire it up. We're gonna pull the spark plug wires and see which cylinders aren't making any power just by listening to the motor rotate. Number 1's not doing anything. Okay. Number 3, good. Number 5 ain't doing anything. 4 is doing a lot. Number 6 is working. So I figured it out. Something's going on with the distributor. When you have something close to it, it'll start to misfire inside of the distributor. So I'm going to pull the cap off and see if there's any buildup on the contacts. Number 6, which was firing, was completely corroded. I'll get you down there and show you what the cable looks like, but I cleaned this out. You can see some of the residue right there. It was bad. That's always good. And the funny thing is, that was the cylinder that was doing most of the work. So, and you can see the rotor, she is a little toasted. If it still doesn't run very good, we'll probably replace this and get some new cables, because that is not looking too hot. Alright, so it's running on all cylinders. Probably going to need new spark plug wires. We'll cross that bridge when we drive it under load and see how it runs. Before we go drive it, I'm actually going to get the exhaust finished so I can listen to the engine running, listen to pinging. The timing is set, but I don't know if it's correct because whoever installed the harmonic balancer prior to me installed it 90 degrees off. What I'm being told is there's just 4 screws that hold that harmonic balancer pulley to the actual piece that goes to the snout of the crank, so you can install it off, I guess, because the timing marks are 90 degrees off. So I'm kind of just guessing with the timing right now, and I don't want to drive it unless I know exactly how it sounds. And with no exhaust on it, you really can't hear any pinging or anything like that. So, all right, so I just got some pipe here, and this is the turbo downpipe, and this is the stock NA exhaust. And the stock exhaust is 2-inch, and I don't think we're making near enough power to really care about restrictions at this point. But this is the same diameter. It's a little bit smaller. I think this is 2 1/4. But we're just gonna slip it in, and I'm gonna weld it in place, and we're just gonna send it something like that. All right, let's see how it sounds. Very quiet. Still a slight misfire, but I think it's just the spark plug cables, and they don't have any in stock. So we're gonna rock it anyway, because at high RPM, it starts to jump the gap somewhere in one of the wires, and it starts running good. So just keep it floored, and I'm thinking we'll be good. We're gonna get some zip ties on some wires, and then we're gonna go take it for a rip. I think since I put the exhaust on, this is reading wrong, because it was idling at like 15, 14, and now it won't even read. Maybe it's just cold. We'll wait for the sensor to warm up. Oh yeah, much better. It's definitely much better when you don't have to listen to the exhaust explode underneath your ass. Hopefully it doesn't break down. You can't hear the turbo as much. That's okay. It's actually really nice to drive because it's not so loud. Oh yeah. Second gear. Oh yeah, AFRs are perfect. Before the turbo, you wouldn't be able to get into third or to fourth gear going up Paseo to Tramway. So let's see. That's second. Starting to break up a little bit. I think I need to maybe tighten the gap on the spark plug. That's third gear. Oh, I hear pinging. I got too much timing in it, or the fuel's shitty. The torque is really nice. I'm in fifth gear, and I can actually feel the power. Maybe we fill it up with better gas, because I think I have like 86 in it or something. I think I need to gap the spark plugs and get new spark plug wires. Other than that, she runs great. It's not fast by any means, but it can keep up with traffic now. It can actually get up Paseo, and I can choose what gear to be in, which is pretty sweet. But that'll be it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Hopefully if I swap out the fuel, it'll run a little bit better.